Welcome to Sewing and More with Joanne. Today I'm going to show you how to make this mess. Actually, we were just playing around. All this is just doodling. I kind of just wanted to show you how easy it is to quilt on the Babylock Crescendo Sewing Machine. It's so easy to set up and get ready to quilt that you can do it in the blink of an eye. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to do it. Today, I want to just show you how easy it is to free motion quilt on my Babylock Crescendo. It's so simple, it's ridiculous. And the machine does such a nice job. So, without any further ado, I will show you exactly how easy it is. I loosened up the screw already. Take off your regular presser foot and shank. And set that aside, and then you've got your little free motion quilt foot. I like this nice little simple one, and you'll put that on there. You might want to lift the presser foot. Maybe not, but there we go. That is a little better. And the machine comes with this little round screwdriver. Well, most of them do, I think. And just tighten that thing up. Not too tight, not too loose. And I've got some thread already in the bobbin. We're not even going to worry about the back of this. This is just for fun. And thread your machine as usual. Easy as that. And then what we're going to do is over on, I'm not going to show you the screen because I have shown this in previous videos, but all you have to do is press a button and it lowers your presser feet. So we're going to test this out. We'll put the presser foot down. We'll test it out on this little bit of batting over here on the side. Let's see how that worked. There you can see I used a nice contrasting thread so that you'd be able to see it. And usually what I do is I lower my thread tension just a little bit. And everybody has a different method. Since this is just for fun, I'm going to start right in the middle and just go for glory. And I got a pin in each corner. I'm not much of a pinner usually, but we're just going to leave it there because. And there's no rhyme or reason to how I'm quilting this. I'm just going to show you a few little things and just how easy that was. What did it take? A minute to set it up. So the first thing you want to do is bring your thread up from the bobbin. So let's get a little bit of thread pulled up there and let's take a couple stitches. And then we'll lift our needle. And what I do is I just kind of go under the foot and I pull up. Well, it's not being very agreeable right at the moment, but it feels locked in, so we're just going to go with it. Alright, so you can just start out nice and slow and move this thing around any way you want it. And do a little bit of stippling. And what I'll do is I'll stop there and I will trim off that thread because you don't want that getting run over. And we still have our needle down so we know right where we're at. And we'll do a little more stippling. And then there's different things you can do. You can do kind of a water pattern. Kind of go around. You can do pebbles. It's as easy as that. I like to go kind of fast. And then you always, like, see, I made a little mistake, but you always want to kind of go around into the center of the next pebble, but it's so easy on this machine. It's just unbelievable to me. Stippling is my favorite. It's the easiest. It takes nothing to learn. But you could even go around these little flowers. There's no real rhyme or reason to anything that you do when you quilt. You can do anything you want. Sometimes I'll do little swirls. And then I'll kind of go around to the other edge. If you're, now see, here's a situation where, since we're just playing, it doesn't matter, but normally a lot of it, when you have a bigger project, you'll want to get that laid out really nice and tack down based all the way around the edges. But for today, it's really not a big deal. We're just gonna have a little crease right there, see what I mean? But we'll continue on. And we can probably pull out these pins now, since we've got a little bit of that tacked down. And then just start slow, and you'll have a seamless beginning there. We'll go on, we'll do a swirl. And a lot of people have different styles of stippling. I'm more of a roundabout. Sometimes I like to make a little dip and go in there. I'd like to say my only rule is I never like to cross lines, like going like that. That's just, that to me is the one major no-no. Never cross lines. But if it happens, it happens. It'll happen to me once in a while, and I get, if it's not too bad, I don't rip it out, but, you know, you don't like it when that happens. But there is just no bounds to what you can do. Let's cross a line just there for fun of it. Once you get better, you can make hearts. You could actually, let's travel over here. You could probably do a balloon. Have a string and maybe go around the balloon a couple times. I don't know. But working on this machine is a dream. And, I mean, you can do different wave patterns. Echoing. Now this really, any mistakes I make are really going to stand out because I'm using such a contrasting thread. I'm purposefully just kind of making wavy lines there. But you could even go and start, you know, you could go in circles. You wouldn't want to start with that line there, of course, but there's also a lot of stencils available that you can use with your stencils that you pat powder down and you make a pattern, or you can use a friction pen. I am very, very into using a friction pen to just draw a pattern. Let me grab one and I'll give you a... Friction pens are the best. So what you'll do is just say you want a line pattern to kind of go like so. We're just going to kind of use that. We're going to travel over here real quick. Okay, now we've got our line here, so we'll just go right along with our... Now, what's wonderful about this friction pen is it's only a guide. You don't have... If you don't hit the line, it really doesn't matter, because as soon as you iron it, it's going to be gone. It disappears beautifully. So all those pen lines there will be gone, but that gave you a really nice guide to go by. Let's say you want to draw a heart and then echo a heart inside. Let's see how I can do on this. I don't normally do this. Cut it so we can kind of see it. And it's not so bad. It looks pretty much like how I drew it. So this is just to give you an idea of some of the stuff you can do on this machine. This is by far hideous quilting, so please don't think this is how I normally quilt. I'm just playing around. I basically just wanted to show you how very easy it is to set this up. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked what you see, go ahead and subscribe. And thank you, and have a wonderful afternoon.